Because generally, if you are a true leader, the business and the organization will emanate the leader.
That's right, definitely. Good leadership, produces good results. It all starts at the top, no
Yes,
doubt
sir.
about that. As it relates to the marshal's office, city marshal, what particular interest in this office kind of piqued your desire to serve?
Well, I have the education and the experience that I have spent in all these various agencies, the State Department, the Sheriff Department, City Police, and the United States Marine Corps. I have served in all, and I've done well in all. Coming to the Sheriff Department, I see where the Sheriff Department is doing a great job in our community. It is improving and it's taken with time. The city police is finding themselves being able to move in somewhat the right direction for us. There is some things that they are dealing with, but even that, my thing were, if I can do the city marshal's job, I can assist my chief of police in my experiences by helping the community and helping him, giving him, sitting with him down in a board meeting and going over what is our problem within this community and how we can help. I'm not a selfish individual. I believe in sharing what I have to help others. I will not take this job and impose upon the chief of police. He will run his own business. But if he were to ask me for assistance in meetings, I assure him I will give him my best 150% because it's for the community.
And with the city marshal's office, what are some of the duties?
The marshal's office, it's not a pressured office such as the chief of police and the sheriff department. It has responsibilities. The office is leaded or led by an elected official. It's known as the city marshal. The job of that city marshal is to protect the courts. It's mandated by the courts for protection, and that is, let me explain that to you. It has the same powers, they like to call it power, I don't, I just call it responsibilities, as the sheriff in arrest powers. The person is, the city marshal arrests individuals within the court system. Within that court, if you fail to obey the court, quietness, peaceful, you can get arrested. If you fail to pay the fine that is imposed upon you by the city judge, you can get arrested for that until your fine is paid. For instance, I will tell you later how everyone wants to pay their fine. It's a matter of not being financially fit at that time to do so. I will tell you, of course, how I feel I can move with time, the new era of time that can assist individuals in being able to meet that financial responsibility. But that's basically the field of the marshal, is to do that. In doing that, he has a force of, say, 23 personnel. At present time, I think that's the count, 23 personnel.
Small.
It's no set limit. It is according to whatever you as a city marshal need to accomplish the duties of that city marshal. And that is, as I say, serving warrants, you do evictions. All these things that is done, it's no pressure type job. So you have the right and the leeway to be awful respectful to the public. With respectability, you will see that your work limits will be lower, and the public will assist you. You'll be surprised.
Do you see any expanded duties for the office? How would you operate in a way different from the current occupant as it relates to community service?
One thing in particular, I will appoint a committee not to run nothing. That committee will only review the fine points of what I aim to initiate in this policy. The thing that I'm going to look very careful at is the expenditures. There is no need. I was at a function and I heard the president city marshal say he's going to get an individual in Pennsylvania. It will cost him $1,800. The charge for that individual is OWI. Now, OWI is a very serious charge. I agree. There is one person who has killed 5 people with OWI. That's a very hideous type thing. And I agree to that wholeheartedly, that they must be arrested and charged. However, in Louisiana, law enforcement is doing a great job in minimizing the amount of alcoholics we have now on the road. So that's not a crime that is equal to a murder. It's not that serious. A rape, it's just not that serious. I am not going to spend taxpayers' funds to go to California and Pennsylvania and arrest an OWI when the law will allow me to notify that agency, arrest this individual, collect my judge's fine, get it here, and then once that's accomplished, let him go.
Okay.
So that's one thing that I will do for the public, and that's saving taxpayers' funds.
Okay. Another issue that has come up in some debates and in the community quarters are diversity in the office. What will you do to improve that?
Well, I am the picture of diversity.
Yes.
What I will do, I will employ females, males of various race within the community. The department should reflect the community it serves, from the top all the way down. And that means employ the minority, the females, and others in this statistic. Employ them. They are all qualified to do the job. When they come aboard, if they are unable to provide what you think is the regulations, you train these people to be great officers. You will have that opportunity to train them to be better than what you have at present.
Definitely.
So it's to your advantage, number one, to do such a thing. That's the best thing there is. And that's when law enforcement started to be respectful in this country, when they began integrating their force. They need to do a lot more now, mainly because it's the heart of a person. You can have, I have seen minority violate that trust against the Caucasian. And I have seen the Caucasian continue to violate that trust to the minorities. It's here. But I do say it's the leadership that must be pressured down to get what they wanted to get.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
And Pete, the issue, the matter is constantly brought up about diversity. We see across the country departments with lack of diversity and some of the issues that causes. And as you correctly stated, a department should be reflective of the community, you know, the makeup of the community, and that would certainly aid in policing. As it relates to specialized weaponry training, do you see any need to implement that at this point?
We
within the
do
market?
need to train our officers in the use of weapons. But the weapons that I am mentioning at this point in time is the sidearm. That arm, maybe when I left law enforcement, it has graduated to automatic. That is, it can be an 80, a 380, 9 millimeters. Those are all automatic weaponry. Revolvers, which is the 38 revolver. Those weaponry is, I would not say the best. I am saying it's efficient for the use in the city marshal field. You do not want a sidearm that you fire in a courtroom and go through 10 people. No, sir. If you have to move and need that weapon, if it get that serious, you don't want it to do any more harm other than that individual that you are aiming at, if at all possible. So you don't want those heavy arms. That's sufficient. That 38, that 380, or that 9 millimeter.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And the liaison with the other criminal justice agents, bodies, the sheriff's department and so forth, how is that
Okay.
going in your opinion?
The sheriff department, city police, they operate within your city, and you, in turn, the deputies for the city marshal operates within that city. We, as city marshals, do not have the powers, and that's when I said power, it's you, but we do not have the authority to initiate no investigation outside the courtroom. Meaning, we do not go out and investigate armed robberies, disturbances, etc. However, sir, if we witness such a thing happening, it is our duty, just like it is any civilian duty, to see something that is criminally wrong and being perpetrated to another person, to step in and put a stop to it. We will not go out and interfere by investigating narcotics, traffic accidents for the city police. We will not interfere with those type of things. If we are called to help, we will do just that. We will help, but we will not take the authority and the lead in performing any of those services. So in short, we will not interfere with any agencies within our jurisdiction, but we will accompany them, assist them if they are called on us.
And in what areas, what circumstances would they be called? Would the marshals be called by the sheriff or local police?
Very, very
limited
type service, sir.
Okay.
However, it may go 5, 10 years that you may be traveling down a highway or a road, street, and you witness something happening. You will call it in for the city police or the sheriff to assist and the state police, but you have to act right then. So that's a 5, maybe 10 years, maybe never happen.
Okay.
So we
Very
just
rare.
can't say it's gonna never happen.
But
Yes,
it's very rare.
Very rare. It's not written in your scope of authority to accomplish.
Okay. 366-8951 if you have a question or comment for our guest, J.B. Cormier, lifelong resident of Lafayette.